Got him. Alrighty guys, welcome to another episode. First off, right off the bat, some of you guys have asked me to date stamp these because obviously I filmed them and then I'll put them up a week, you know, in a weekly span. So some of these come up way after when I filmed them, because I may film 2 or 3 videos in a week and then they'll come out in 2 to 3 weeks from then. So today is May 25th. I spent the day out at Topaz Reservoir. I've been waiting to get back out there and see what the bite was doing. Water temps have slowly been rising and I've been watching it and out there here and there just kind of testing the water, seeing you know, what the temperatures were. But finally today when I went out there, 66-degree water temps. It was prime time for spawn. You'll see in the video. Ended up finding out that those fish were locked on positions but not fanned out beds yet. So that is actually awesome. That means I caught it early. Those fish are going to be in their spawn cycle for probably the next month now. So there's going to be waves of fish coming up and going down. But those fish that I was catching today were probably the first ones. I didn't see any old beds. All I saw was those fish were locked on little points, rocks and things like that, that were just kind of singled out structure. And it ended up being a really awesome day. My GoPros, I actually fried 2 of them today, meaning I overheated 2 of them. And one of them was kind of glitching the whole day, so I lost some fish catches to that. I did end up with some corrupted files, but we still got a bunch on camera, and they actually, the ones that turned out just fine. So hopefully you guys enjoy this one. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to go ahead and get subscribed if you want to see more content like this. I'm obviously going to be spending some time out at Topaz now with the spawn cycle going, and then I'll probably end up chasing that with some higher elevation lakes to follow that spawn cycle. Or maybe we'll follow the post-spawn cycle on the different lakes around here and kind of show you guys what to do with that. Without any further wait, appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you enjoy it. I see one. Got him. Nice smallie right there. Probably a 1.5-pounder. Look at his fins all jacked. He's in it, so I'm gonna put him right back on top of where he came from so he can get back to his thing. Now it's really just gonna be replicating that, so if I can see. So we're already back into sight fishing them, and this is awesome because they're not on beds, but they're definitely locked on spots. So they're right in the midst of prepping to really do their thing. And guys, if you're fishing from a boat and you're sight fishing these smallies, what you're looking for is, I'm not even kidding about this, they're fish-shaped, fish-sized looking clumps of like algae snot. That's what it looks like. They're that bright green on the top. They really don't have you know, they're not a dark color on their top side when the sun's hitting them in this direction. So you're really almost looking for what looks to be like moss, pond snot kind of stuff. So The only issue I'm gonna have today is that if they haven't fanned out beds, I'm not gonna be able to see the light spots in the deeper beds. So I'm kind of, as far as sight fishing goes, I'm kind of stuck to just what I can actually see from the surface. Alright, so since I just broke off and had to re-rig anyways, I figure I'll go over what I'm using. Just a 5/0 EWG 1/4 ounce tungsten, pegged to about 2 to 3 inches. And then I've been throwing these Big Bites Armor Craws and Green Pumpkin, but honestly pretty much any craw, and it seems like that Green Pumpkin works really well. The other color that I've had really good luck with was the Bama Bug. It's that like a June bug Green Pumpkin mix. See, now this is more the kind of bank that I like. It's mostly sand, but anything that sticks out is probably going to have a fish on it. It's just way easier to pinpoint a spot to cast to. So like there's a couple of rocks up here. There's a bigger one right here. Okay, there's a fish on this one. Yep, I see his bed too. There's trout swimming all over this thing. Watching him pick it up, man. There he goes. Got him on that one. Oh man, I love the way these fish fight. Come on. Alright, that's back to a little bit better size category there. If I can get my hand in his mouth, there we go. Alright, that one picked it up. That one seriously had to pick it up like 10 times. So, that's a good one. Bump him right back down to his bed. And he did, he just swam straight down. I'm gonna make a run real quick. Man, this GoPro is pissing me off. Ooh. There he is, finally. Goodness. Gosh, he ate that thing probably 8 times. He's a little guy, so we'll just flip him up. Actually not too bad. Definitely roping some scales down, but she's probably just over a pound. That's a good fish. I like that one. Pop her right back down there where she was. Oh, itty bitty guy on this one. He doesn't want to play, he just swam off of it. Okay, here's a good one on this one. Oh man, he's swimming off. Dang. Okay, there is one here. See if he wants to play or not. He's really finicky. Maybe I could get him on the hair jig. Okay. Yeah, he lunged at it. He didn't eat it up. Well, he's missing it. That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Turning on it every single time. He's definitely got a spot he's sensitive about. Wow. There he goes, finally. Goodness. All right. Man, that took some tries. Holy smokes. That's not a bad one either. Bring him right back. So that was an interesting one because he was just so, like, he was hitting at that little craw. He was just trying, but couldn't get it. So finally switched to the hair jig, and he ended up picking it up like 20 times. I finally got him to stick. Alrighty, we are at spot number 2. Only number 2. We've already caught a bunch of fish, so I think today is a pretty dang good day. Give me some haterade. I'm gonna stick with the dark one because it seems like it's easier for me to see. Okay, saw one over here. It's my bait. I might have freaking ran off. I hit the backwards on the trolling motor pretty hard trying to get stopped before I ran into that spot, and I think I might have pushed him. Watched him pick that one up. This one's about a pound, not too bad. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Let's see if I can get my freaking hand in his mouth. There we go. Alright, not bad at all. Probably another pound and a halfer. Kick him right back. watched him pick that one up. About the same. Goodness. That one took it way too many times. Same size. Gosh, I love smallmouth fishing. Man, they're fun. Alright. Boy, that Hero 7 is just struggling, man. It just overheated. Alright, not wasting any more time with that one. Just keep moving on, finding other ones to catch. Got one. Who wants to play? Oh, got him right in the bottom of the mouth. So that'll happen sometimes. Swipe on it, kind of miss it. I'm gonna get him back real quick since I hit him in the gill. Well, it's a gill plate at least. I didn't actually, no blood or anything, so I'm not really worried about him. Not gonna be too much longer, and I'm gonna end up calling it a day. Nope, we're done. That was a freaking awesome day, though. We'll catch up with you guys back at the ramp. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for that one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Basically, today was just like my ideal fishing day. You could sight fish them all. Had about maybe 7 feet of visibility. So you could just see those fish just barely in 7 feet, but they were up in anywhere from 3 to 6 feet was kind of common where I was catching them. You could see a little structure points. I mean, you find them on like a singled out rock. So something to consider during these spawn cycles is those fish, especially smallmouth, they really like a sort of a sandy, gravelly bottom, kind of bigger pebbles, I guess you could say. They don't really spawn like largemouth. They're not on like one piece of structure. They're on like a sandy bottom or a pebbly bottom. But they need to have something nearby. Look for structure, but don't look for too much structure. I ran into that problem earlier on. I was on a boulder bank. Everything looked good. That was the problem. There was too much good stuff. And they actually won't even get into that stuff because there's nowhere flat for them to spawn and lay their eggs. So look for something more like a sandy beach or more like a kind of a real small rock. If you find something like that, and if you can find single boulders or little boulder piles, even brush. I only caught 1 or 2 off a brush today, but if you can find just single points of structure, that seemed to be absolutely key. You'd pretty much toss into them. Sometimes I couldn't even see the fish, but I knew that, you know, as a single point of structure, it was probably a good high percentage area. And I'd throw in, and all of a sudden I'd get bit. And so then I would start working it a little more, and finally I would actually be able to see those fish and sight fish them. Overall, fantastic day. We used 3 baits today for the most part. I ran the Armor Craw from the Big Bite Baits. I like that thing. It's got a big heavy profile, so fish that see that thing, they really want to get it off their beds. The other thing I was running was a homemade, I call it a creature craw. It's just a 4-legged, kind of a beaver bait almost, but all the legs are all separate, so they move really well. And I had actually laminated that one as a PB&J color. But that one I started using just because I could see it better. So this is one side of that bait. So I already cut the other side of it because I'm going to remelt this one. But basically this is a PB&J laminate, and you can see it's got 4 legs, and the outer 2 tend to flap really well. So that one was a little darker. I could see it in the water better and made it easier for me to see. And those fish didn't care about the color change too much. They were going to pick it up regardless. And then lastly, I had one fish that was pretty finicky. He didn't really want the bigger baits, and when I threw in a hair jig, actually, like probably an 1/8 ounce hair jig, and that hair jig, that fish would like lunge at it and hit near it, but never pick it up, and so I missed that fish a ton, and finally ended up catching it. I ended up getting it to pick it up one time and got it that time. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I hope it's educational. I mean, I hope you guys are actually learning stuff from these videos. Spawn is like probably the best time to go fish. The only challenge I would say right now is that you're probably going to need a boat to get out there and actually see those fish. But, you know, there's nothing to stop you from running around the banks and just move down the banks, cover a lot of ground, see if you can see that structure from the bank, and if you can, just keep casting to it over and over again. I would bet that you're going to catch more fish. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you on the next one.